Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to All About Healing, and I'm your host, Emily Francis, if you're just tuning in. And this is Emily's Energy Corner. So we just had Frank Cracchiolo and Marvin Davis on the show with RelaxSaunas.net, Relax Saunas. And if you go to Relax Saunas, the website, and you put in the coupon code Healthy Life 100, you will get a $100 coupon on your sauna. So that is huge. And I tried this sauna myself. So this is actually not something that I've just randomly put on my show. Today's my first live show, and I specifically asked Frank to come on the show because I met him at the World Massage Festival and I tried the sauna. Now, if you guys don't know this about me, my clinical specialty is manual lymphatic drainage and combined decongestive therapy. So I am a specialized clinical lymphedema and lymphatic drainage therapist. That's what I do for a living. So I work on people post-cancer treatment and post-surgery. So detoxing the body, I do it by hand manually. I help people that have excessive swelling, especially something called lymphedema, which is a chronic condition. And I help to move that lymphatic fluid that's gotten stuck or where the lymph nodes have been severed or radiated. So lymphatic work and detoxing is a huge part of my practice and of my life. So when I did try this Relax Saunas, this specific product, and I'm not even selling this product, but when I tried this product, I really enjoyed how I felt in there. I felt healthier. I felt calmer. My body felt really balanced. It's a small little sauna, so it's a single person sauna. I want you to go online and look at it, relaxsaunas.net. Go check it out and see that it's this little, like, it looks like aluminum foil almost. It's a silver little single person, and there's a little bench in there where you sit down, and then the sauna goes, and your hands can come out of it, and your head obviously is not in there. So it's not claustrophobic at all. It's like this relaxed place to go to heal. So detoxing is huge, and I also work with the autism community. So we are very familiar with far infrared technology and the health benefits for their bodies. People that are on the spectrum have a very difficult time detoxing heavy metals on their own. So they look for far infrared. And Frank was talking about this, that the far infrared is a different light source for the body. And they're working with the water inside the body is how this is happening with heat and light and all that. So I just wanted to really talk about, one of the things that he said is that culturally, here in the United States, we don't really have a lot of sweat therapies, but in other countries around the world, sweat therapy is one of the most healing benefits in the world. So people that live, the Russian people that I know, they do a hot and cold therapy where they sweat and then they jump into a cold water, and they do this repeatedly to help the body to gain access into higher and better health. Native Americans historically and still currently do sweat lodges at the full moon every month. I actually did an entire year of every single full moon a sweat lodge, and it is life-changing. The health benefits, to be honest, for me were huge, but the mental benefits for me were bigger. The sweat lodges changed my life, and one of the things is that you go into a sweat and you face your fears, and you come out a very different person. So there's different rounds in there. You're in pitch dark. There's nothing. You could put your hands in front of your face and wave and you see nothing. So you have to learn to trust the darkness and the heat. You have to learn how to touch your top and bottom teeth together and inhale through the teeth and exhale through the nose because it's so hot that it'll singe your nose hairs. And it's a phenomenal experience, but it sounds scary, and I probably made it sound worse. Here in Atlanta, we have a Korean sauna, and I hope that there's a lot of them, but Korean saunas generally offer far infrared sauna therapy and hot tubs and dry saunas. There's so many different heat sources that help the body sweat out the toxins. So you have a dry sauna, which is not the same as an infrared sauna. And a far infrared sauna is not the same as infrared sauna. And dry sauna is different. And then you have the steam room. So it's really up to you, but it's also, I say this all the time, you must do your research. So if you are facing a health issue personally, whether that means that it's something physical, emotional, if it's in the energy body, if you are having a spiritual crisis, all of those things are health issues, really. If you are facing any sort of shift or health issue, the first thing to do is gather up your information and figure out your starting point. So you need to know what is the diagnosis, even if it's not from an actual medical professional, although ideally it would be. Here's the thing. If it's a physical ailment, you have to know, and hopefully you go through testing, because a lot of people make assumptions, and a lot of medical professionals will make assumptions, and then you leave their office and think they're right, and you don't have the real information. So you have to do your due diligence, and you have to be in charge of your health. You have to know what the issue is so that you can find the right treatments. And if you don't have your facts straight, if you don't know what the diagnosis is, if you don't know what the issue really is, how are you going to treat it effectively, right? So get to the doctor. And if that doctor doesn't give you definitive answers, get to the next doctor, or seek an integrative practitioner, or go to a chiropractor, or a naturopath, or a homeopathic physician. And then, excuse me, those are your physical ailments. But emotional, sorry, excuse me, emotional is something totally different. An emotional issue is in the mind. Wow, I wish we weren't live right now because I've got a tick in my throat. Oh well, that's the choice of going live. If it's an emotional issue, you have to go to cognitive therapy, behavioral therapy. You have to know what's going on with you and then how to treat it. My apologies, Emily's Energy Corner has gone crazy today. So know where you're starting from and then know what your path is to get it better. And that's up to you. So that might include heat therapy, it might include cold therapy, it might include herbs, it might include medicine, it might include a therapist, a counselor, it might include hypnotherapy, it might include EMDR therapy. There's so many avenues to healing around the world. There are so many avenues to healing that are local. They are here, and you might not even know that they exist a block away from your house. So you have to do your research, not just on what kind of sauna you want to go to, but why. Why do you choose to go to that sauna? Why do you choose to go to this counselor? And, word of mouth is always helpful. Knowing people that have gone through similar issues that you have is great. Case studies are wonderful. Research is great. Research is your friend. But science a lot of times is slow to catch up on the holistic side. So we want to make sure that you really do your due diligence and search far and wide into whatever it is that you need help with. Because I want you to know, and I'm sorry that I got so choked up, I'm not really sure what happened there, but I want you to know this. There are alternatives that will help you heal, and they might not be in the mainstream, but they might be. So you need to look in both ways, and you need to talk to your doctor and your healthcare advocates, but you need to be your healthcare advocate. And if something doesn't sit right with you, something doesn't feel right, if you don't feel like that's the right diagnosis, or you can't get the right diagnosis, you can't stop. You just can't afford to stop. You have to keep going, and you have to keep looking at the options. And if something in your gut is telling you that something is off, you have to listen to that, because your gut is your driving force. You have to listen to that little inner wisdom and follow it. Follow it as far as it will take you. And this is where meditation, contemplation, things like that come into play, because you will be guided. You will be guided if you open yourself up. So healing is arduous. It's a long process of anything that you need to heal or shift in your life. And every one of us is always a work in progress. So nobody's like sitting happily at the top of the mountain and they don't have to do anything anymore. Even the healthiest of the people in the world are still always working to maintain their balance and health. So that's the message for today. Now go to relaxsaunas.net and get your coupon code HealthyLife100. Relaxsaunas.net, HealthyLife100. Go check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this show, and we will see you back here next Wednesday. You've been listening to All About Healing. See you next week.